Hey, good morning, everyone. It is still Tuesday, April 23rd, and it is 11:50 a.m. here in Chicago. So, I just had something I wanted to say in defense of the Russells, Gary Russell Jr. and Gary Antwann Russell, because someone told me that, people are going back and reporting that, Gary shit on Devin Haney and all this and all that, and how, I agree that we shouldn't be shitting on each other. But let me tell you what pisses me off, and I'm not even gonna blame people, because I really think people have tunnel vision when it comes to Devin Haney. So they fail to see anything that he does wrong, or they fail to see when he gets his karma. Let's go back to when Gary Russell Jr. lost his belt when he should not have, to Maxeo. Gary Russell Jr., first and foremost, he let everybody know in advance, the whole side of his body was fucked up. So anybody who was going to put big money on him, he himself had pretty much told them what he was getting into. He got in the ring with Maxeo, and he still beat Maxeo with one hand. I don't care what anybody says. I saw that fight. Maxeo couldn't catch him. He beat Maxeo, but they cheated Gary Russell Jr. and they gave that fight to Maxeo. Gary Russell Jr. was the longest reigning champ. Not only did they take that belt from him, but they would not let him get a rematch. Who was the first person running to social media to shit all over Gary? It was Devin Haney, the very first one. He couldn't wait, and he didn't just go to social media and shit on him and say you had this comment or nothing. He really insulted the man. He straight up insulted him. I forgot if he called him a bum or something. He's not that great of a person when it comes to not kicking somebody when they're down. You know what I mean? That I'll never forget that he did that, because I was so pissed. And guess what? When he did it, nobody said anything. Nobody had anything to say. Nobody accused him of not shitting on his own people, and he should know the assignment, and we need to stick together. Nobody said anything when Devin Haney did that. But I remembered because it was so freaking unnecessary for him to do that. He's a jerk sometimes. And when Gary Russell Jr. got his belt taken and was not granted a rematch, he was a big fucking jerk, and he ran to social media and shit all over Gary Russell Jr. So when you guys go run into certain people to tell them, oh, we saw that Gary Antwann, said this about Haney, big fucking deal. Devin Haney had it coming, because he does the same thing. How many years have I been trying to tell people he does the same shit? But people want to have tunnel vision, and when it's done to Devin Haney, all of a sudden people forget where they came from, or people don't know their race, or they don't know who to stick by. They always do that. Same thing with Bud. People had whole smear campaigns against Bud. They were making shows for years on top of years, dragging Bud, calling him all types of names. But as soon as Errol Spence lost, anybody who clowned him didn't get the assignment. They do the same thing to Shakur. Is Shakur not a black man? Yes, he is. And his wife is black. Go find out what color Haney's wife is. And that's another thing. He's a kid, the young kid. That man is 25. He's a big fucking tough man. That's a big tough man right there. He's 25 years old and he has a wife. Cut it out. So that whole tunnel vision thing, and that whole trying to make people feel guilty because they're not, coddling him, get out of here with that. Because you had no problem doing it to Shakur, and you had no problem doing it, you had no problem saying anything when Haney did it to Gary Russell Jr. But now Gary's brother can't say nothing about Haney? Are you serious? And I saw an interview with Gary Antwann Russell, and he actually picked Haney to win. It's just that he warned everybody how dangerous Ryan was for Haney, because he said Haney ain't never been in the ring with that type of situation. Somebody that big with that kind of power and that fast. But the first thing he said was that he was picking Haney to win. Then he kind of gave all kind of warnings as to why it might not go that way. So, like, people are full of shit. Be careful with people trying to make you feel like you don't understand the assignment or you're rolling with the wrong race and all of that. Because when Gary Russell Jr. lost to Maxeo, who's from the Philippines, and Devin Haney went running his fucking big-headed ass to social media to shit all over Gary Russell Jr., nobody had anything to say about it. So, come on. Like, be fair. If you're going to, like, accuse people of not understanding something or not sticking with their people, you got to know, you got to encompass everything. And Devin Haney is not innocent by any stretch of the imagination. But, yeah, I had to say that in defense of the Russells. Don't try to paint them like that. Like, come on. But anyway, have a good day.